Hitman is an advanced stealth and strategy game that gives you various amounts of options to eliminate your target, whether that be electrocuting them in a puddle of water, slicing their throat while disguised as a barber, or just plain and simply shooting them in the head. Now of course, the game encourages you to collect as much intel on each target situation, and depending on how discreetly you carry out these assassinations, your score can range from 5 stars all the way down to none. But what if one day Agent 47 decided to, I don't know, kill everyone in Italy? Without the targets noticing that their whole entourage of bodyguards were suddenly missing, would it be possible to eliminate both all the tourists of Sapienza and the bodyguards without the targets noticing? Well, this is what I'm gonna explore in this video. I didn't really have much of a plan going into this operation. The idea that I had was to eliminate small groups of people without anybody noticing. The only rule that I set in place for myself was that I can alert and kill anybody in the whole area, but as soon as the target was alerted, I'd have to restart from a previously saved checkpoint. How Hitman basically works is that every target has a certain routine that they follow, and in that routine there are multiple ways to assassinate them. Depending on how random the target feels, they usually don't change their schedule much, meaning that they'll go through their routine even if their bodyguards aren't even there. And if they were alerted and therefore stopped their routine, that would mean that I failed the operation and I'd have to restart from a previously saved checkpoint. There were many hiccups along the road while I was trying to do this challenge. I gotta get this waiter out of here too.
There's nobody around who could be a suspect. This is pretty scary, actually.
And I even ended up breaking the game near the end. Why is he doing it too? What? No, he's doing it too. What is happening? So stick around if you want to see that, and let's get into it. I think this thing might be frozen, because the thing it's hard. Just magically isn't hurt anymore. Huge. At first, I didn't really have any coordination, so I just started throwing people with the fish left and right. But then after a while, when I started moving towards the public bathroom area, I probably spent like 45 minutes just killing everybody in this area. People were running in and out of the bathrooms like crazy, and as soon as one of the bodies fell, another person would walk right in and they would see and alert the guards. Then when those guards arrived, I'd wait for them to call back up so more guards would come, and then I'd shoot them in the head. There's a floating ice cream still. Music's kinda chill, bro. Hey, man.
Hey, what's up?
So once I was done clearing out that whole area with all the shops and most of the people in the public, I slowly started making my way down to the beach. I wouldn't say I had a lot of trouble, but it definitely wasn't easy doing the job discreetly. So I finally ended up finishing the beach area, but I decided to let these two fishes live, since I remembered that this was a spot where you could exit the mission from the last time I played, and I decided that I'd kill these two guys at the very last, just before I exit the mission. So when I eventually sneaked into the mansion area, things definitely got a bit more dicey as I started clearing out the staff, as well as the guards that were relatively close to the targets. The lower and middle parts of the mansion basically went off without a hitch, but moving toward the upper part of the mansion started giving me a few problems. You see, having to clear out the guards around the target wouldn't be much of a problem if they weren't stuck on the target's ass almost permanently. So I had to make sure that I isolated the target, but instead I'd assassinate their bodyguards rather than the targets, which is when I started to run into a bit of a problem, you see. After clearing out the rest of the top floor, all was left was just to kill the remaining staff and the bodyguards that were close to the target. But when I finally managed to find a way to kill everyone without the target noticing, this happened. Why is he doing it too? What? No, he's doing it too. What is happening? The guard that was supposed to follow orders into a room where I had the chance to kill him was for some reason bugged out and kept doing this little strut while standing in the same place. Then later, when another guard came down, he also started bugging out. Now this wouldn't be much of a problem if the target went about her routine, but she also just stood still in place. So I eventually came to the conclusion that a guard I hid away inside of a basket a bit earlier was causing them all to bug out. And so I just decided to knock the target out and kill all the bodyguards afterwards. Technically, she never really noticed that they were all missing, but I do have to admit that I feel a bit lazy doing it this way instead. Oh no, his buddy's coming back. Alright, he doesn't look over here. Never mind, he does. I have an idea though. Take him on the other side of the curtains, that way he can't look inside. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Pick him up. Now this time his buddy won't notice. Why are you walking in my direction? Never mind, it works out. All part of my plan. I knew the shotgun was gonna drop there.
Why the fuck you lying?
So now that the mansion was completely empty, all that was left was to get our last target, Sylvia Caruso, isolated and then kill all of his bodyguards, as well as the remaining gardeners that were working around the area. There was also this huge castle tower that went completely unnoticed by me during both of my playthroughs, but I'll get to that near the end of the video. This part wasn't too hard to complete since all I had to do was play a videotape while the target walked into the observatory, and then he'd tell all of his guards to go away, leaving me with the freedom to kill them easily. You got taken out by a circumcision knife. How do you feel, brother? I circumcised your heart right there. Did you see that? It's literally just him that's alone. I love it. So now I'd successfully taken out the bodyguards without the target noticing. They basically make no change in routine with basically their whole mansion on their way to Valhalla. All that was left was to sneak down into the cave below where most of the security was guarding an objective of the mission. But I decided to clear out the whole area and destroy the virus, which didn't take too long. Once I was done, the last objective of this run that was left was just to clear out the places I hadn't been yet, which was only the broken down tower left at the very back of the map. I cleared out the area and finally completed the objective. I now had the entire of Sapienzia, Italy wiped from the bane of existence, and neither of the targets noticed even once. I quickly made my way to the very last hidden objective of this run. Yeah. You remember the two dudes who were chilling down by the beach fishing? They were the only two living beings left in this town. I finally killed them both and got into the boat, exiting the mission. The score for this mission basically went as you'd expect it to. Oh my god, negative 1.4 million for non-target kill penalty. I had a lot of fun doing this challenge, and would love to upload some more Hitman content since the game is such a blast. So let me know if you'd like to see more of this content. But for now, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, it'll look great on your wedding vows.